to the September 5th agenda meeting of South Plainfield Mayor and Council. This meeting has been advertised in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act, NJSA 10:4-6, with adequate notice of this meeting being provided to the borough's two official newspapers and also published on the borough's website. Carmelo, will you call the roll, please?
Councilman Benavanga?
Here.
Councilman Dean?
Here.
Councilwoman Faustini?
Here.
Councilman Besh?
Here.
Councilman Mola?
Here.
Council President White?
Here.
Mayor Nash.
I'm here. Thank you. Can you take us through a review of tonight's agenda, please?
Okay, we have one item on for executive session that was added today. The pledge of allegiance to the invocation will be done by Councilman Dean. The presentation of donations from National Night Out Committee is next. Then we have the approval of the minutes, agenda, public, and executive from August 14th. There are two proclamations on for this evening. There's a presentation on municipal cards. Then we have 5 affordable housing ordinances for final adoption, as well as 5 affordable housing resolutions along with affordable housing correspondence. Next, we have 2 ordinances for introduction. There are 14 resolutions on the agenda this evening. The last one, number 17-345, was added on today as well. Then we have correspondence and payment of bills, and of course, council reports, public comment, and final adjournment.
Thank you. Can I get a motion to add Resolution 17-345, authorizing the renewal of employer-mandated reporting services from MZQ Consulting LLC in an amount not to exceed $5,000?
So moved.
Second. Motion by Council President White, seconded by Councilman Dean. All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Can I also get a motion for executive session, Resolution 17-326, authorizing executive session for the matter of personnel recycling center?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Council President White, seconded by Councilwoman Faustini. All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? We will have executive session tonight. Council comments on agenda items?
Nothing from me, Mayor.
Okay. At this point, we'll open it up for public comments on agenda items only. None? Close the public portion. I'll ask for a motion to adjourn tonight's agenda meeting.
So moved. Second.
We are adjourned. Seeing no reason to delay, we'll go right to the public meeting. Again, this meeting has been advertised in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act, NJSA 10:4-6, with adequate notice of this meeting also being provided to the borough's 2 official newspapers and also published on the borough's website. Ms. Suter, will you call the roll once more?
Councilman Benavanga?
Here.
Councilman Dean?
Here.
Councilwoman Faustini?
Here.
Councilman Besh?
Here.
Councilman Mola?
Here.
Council President White?
Here.
Mayor Nash.
Thank you. Here. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance and the invocation by Councilman Dean. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Dear Heavenly Father, please bless our residents, our first responders, and everyone affected by Hurricane Harvey. I'd also like to send up special prayers to Dominica Capolca and Connor LaFerrera from our EMS from injuries occurred on Sunday prior to the Labor Day for a speedy recovery. Amen.
Really should be a good day. Where were we?
It's the way it's supposed to be, right? Okay. And once again, we'll open up for public comments on agenda items only. Seeing none, close the public portion. Do we have the National Night Out Committee here?
Yep.
It's all you?
We'd like to give this donation to our PBA. We also have a donation for the fire department and the rescue squad, which we will give at the next council meeting. It's $188 for the PBA, and it was donations that we received at National Night Out.
Thank you.
So, thank you very much.
you.
Thank you
You guys
for your
for
help.
everything.
Yes.
Thank you to the PBA office. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
That wasn't so bad.
Thank you, guys. Can I get a motion to approve the council minutes of August 14, 2017 agenda, public and executive?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Benjavanga, seconded by Councilman Vola. Ms. Suter, can you call the roll?
Councilman Benjamin?
Yes.
Yes.
Each entity.
Yes.
Yes. Councilman Beck?
Yes.
Councilman Moore?
Yes.
Council President White?
Yes.
Thank you. Two proclamations tonight. The first one is National Patriotism Week. Whereas the Benevolent and Protective Order of the Elks, through its Constitution and patriotic order, and whereas the order promotes the ideals that citizens of this nation live in freedom, one, through the great sacrifices and many tribulations which have provided a foundation for a free, prosperous, and independent life, and whereas we realize that each generation must work to maintain this freedom, otherwise, through carelessness or indifference, the rights and liberties enjoyed may vanish. And whereas it is fitting and proper to recognize this freedom and to honor this nation, which provides it. Now, therefore, I, Matthew Pinish, Mayor of the Borough of South Plainfield, do hereby proclaim September 4th through the 10th as National Patriotism Week. And during this event, urge all residents to join the Benevolent and Protective Order of the Elks in expressing gratitude for the privilege of the American citizenship with appropriate celebrations and observances. Okay, now for the crowd. I'm going to ask Council President White to head down in front of the dais, and what we'll do is we'll call up the coaches and we'll call up the players after I read this. So the South Plainfield Junior Baseball 9U team. And whereas the Borough of South Plainfield wishes to recognize the South Plainfield Junior Baseball Club's boys 9 and under team for becoming Cal Ripken state champions on Wednesday, July 19, 2017. Whereas the South Plainfield Junior Boys Baseball 9U team defeated Ridge 9-5 to capture the Cal Ripken 9 and under state championship. And whereas the South Plainfield Boys Junior Baseball Club's 9U team defeated Monroe 8-2 on June 30th to capture the Cal Ripken 9U district title. And whereas the South Plainfield Junior Boys Junior Baseball team traveled to Douglasville, PA, and finished 3rd overall in the Mid-Atlantic Regional Tournament. And whereas the boys baseball team was led to victory by their coaches Jay Colbert, Dan Kapsch, Eddie Baczynski, and Bill Bethia. And whereas the collaboration of team members Ryan Ballant, William Bethia, Eddie Baczynski, Jason Colbert, Nicholas Irizarry, AJ Kaplan, Daniel Kapsch, Dominic Massaro, Dylan Aller, Alex Pigna, Brandon Tankowitz, and Anthony Tomei. And their skill, good sportsmanship, and leadership were the qualities that helped this team earn the state championship title and also make South Plainfield Junior Baseball 9U team outstanding members of the community of South Plainfield. Now therefore, I, Matthew Pinish, Mayor of the Borough of South Plainfield, on behalf of the Borough Council and residents, do hereby congratulate the South Plainfield Junior Baseball's 9U team, as well as its coaching staff, parents, amazing fan base, and the South Plainfield community on this outstanding achievement of state championships. At this point, I'll ask the coach. Well, congratulations, guys. All right, so the coaches and players, I already butchered your names enough, so I'm not going to try and call them again. Why don't you just join us up front? We'll hand these out to you. Each get a copy of the proclamation, and then we'll invite you up here as well. On the back of the dais here, we'll take a group photo, get you in the local newspapers once again. All right? Come on up, guys.
Yeah, they got the trophy.
Come up here.
Nancy. Nancy. Yeah, because they must have told me, because it was on the birthday, as long as they don't hang up their phone. Yeah, so it's good.
Grab a chair.
That's okay. Proof is in the pudding. Actions speak louder than words.
You guys did.
Twenty-seven questions later.
Who's the starting pitcher?
You. That's what you should do, right?
And you can starting rotation, that's why you got roots. Which one of you guys want to represent the team and tell everybody how you accomplished this? Down Come on, that's gonna be your coaches talking again.
Hey, Jane.
Anything else?
Anybody else have an ask? Want to add something?
What was your favorite thing about this season that happened? What was your favorite?
Winning.
Throwing the ball. I'll take the rest of the You got school tomorrow, right? Who's excited about school? 1, 2? Guys. They all the names are on each one. Is somebody missing their copy? Oh, we're good? Okay, we're good. Thank you, guys. I didn't even have to ask these guys if they wanted to stay.
We have school tomorrow.
That's right.
They got school tomorrow, so they have a good.
Thanks, guys.
You're welcome. Nice job.
Here, Joe.
Okay, at this point, we have a presentation on the municipal card program.
Yeah, what if we like a 3-minute recess?
Want to take a 3-minute recess? All right, we'll take a 3-minute recess.
Yeah, I don't think we're clear that quickly.
Municipal card.
Oh, he's doing it over. I thought he was doing it.
Companies can dial in. The whole issue is.
I thought he was doing it. Is he COA?
Well, I don't know. They're taking a 3-minute break. I don't know. So school starts tomorrow, are you
Yeah.
ready?
No, yes.
Are the schools all ready?
They had their big meeting today. We were there. No, they have like all the state teachers and staff and the board of ed, and then they ratified their contract.
Yeah, I could, yeah.
What? No, the contract.
Did you tape it?
Tonight, yeah. It was 9 minutes long.
Am I gonna see what the contract is?
You should.
Yeah, I hope so.
You should.
Last time it took months to find out what.
Well, they should give it to right away. The public.
That's right. They have an excuse.
Push for it.
Talk to Billy Boy.
Okay, Ralph, ready there? Yeah, we're here.
All right, Ralph, can you hear me?
Are you guys able to hear us?
Yes. Yes, we are.
Is the screen up over there?
Yes, it is.
Okay, great.
So Ralph, if you don't mind, I'll just take a second and kind of introduce what the reasoning is behind this and what the purpose and a little bit about our conversation. This is Derek Long, Council President. We spoke on the phone with myself, Councilman Benjavanga, as well as Glenn Cullen.
Ralph, were you able to hear that?
You still there, Ralph?
Technology.
Ralph, are you there? Hello?
All right, well, we're trying to get him on the line.
No, we're here. It's just very hard to hear everybody.
Okay, is that better?
It just sounds very distant, but hopefully we can make out what you're saying.
Okay. So I'm going to give a brief overview of our conversation that we had a couple weeks ago.
Sure.
So for everyone here attending the meeting and watching at home, this idea was brought forward by Christine Profilio. Sorry, I apologize, Christine. About this particular debit card, the estate card. And having brought that forward, she mentioned it to Councilman Benjavanga, and he, myself, as well as Mr. Cullen, called the company and had a dialogue with them. We did a webinar to find out some more details and the value and the benefit versus the risk to the borough and the residents. Having done that, we felt that this was a program that was of value and wanted to have a presentation here in an open council meeting so that the residents could see and those here in the council chambers could see and have an opportunity to potentially ask questions as well. Mr. Rizzo currently is looking over contract as well as the verbiage around a potential resolution also. So that's where we stand today and why we're here tonight with this presentation. So Ralph, if you want to commence, go ahead.
Okay. Now I don't know, Ralph, if you were just talking because we can't hear you on the line. But I believe, Mr. Mayor and Council, you can hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, this is Eli here. I'm the CEO of Municipal Cards, and I'm going to share with you a little bit more about this tax savings program which we have. It's the estate card. It's the name of this of the product. And Municipal Cards, we are a provider of a new proprietary tax savings platform. And in 2008, I started the company with the sole purpose of bringing a program that can help lessen the burden of property taxes while supporting the local economy and ultimately creating sustainability and growth. And hopefully this will work. I'm going to play a 2-minute video here. It's through the eyes of a resident of what the program does for them. Are you hearing any audio?
No, we don't have the audio on that, Eli.
No, there's no audio.
No audio? Okay, hold on. Any audio now?
No.
There's no audio. There is no audio. Well, then we're just going to skip right through this one then. What the video explains is that we have a debit card in which one uses with everyday spending anywhere that MasterCard is accepted. And in every transaction they make and buying stuff, they earn some level of reward back towards their property taxes. The program benefits local government, it benefits the property owner, and it benefits the local business owners. Every purchase earns reward, but a greater amount is earned at participating merchants, at local and online businesses. This reward is automatically accrued and then paid towards one's property tax before it's due. High level of how it works is right now, obviously, there's a relationship between the municipality and the local homeowners and business owners as well, anybody who owns property. And upon the municipality adopting the program, they would let the local property owners know that the program exists through the existing channels of communication, whether it's tax bills or the website, social media, press releases, however they currently are communicating with the public. Upon someone learning about the program, they'll go to the website. If they're interested in learning more, they'll learn all the details and features of the program, and they will decide if they want to join. Upon joining, they enter into a relationship with the issuing bank, and they receive in the mail the estate card in roughly a week of time. That homeowner then will use this card to their everyday spending, whether it's groceries, whether it's paying the electric bill, whatever it might be. And this transaction information of how they're spending goes from the issuer to our servers. Our servers figure out the amount of reward that is earned on these transactions. And then when it comes time to pay this to the local government, we pass that information along in a bulk file format, no different than property taxes that are escrowed with mortgages, and with a single payment representing those partial payments in that tax file. As part of the program, we provide a custom website, the custom domain name, and as you can see in the top left-hand corner, there's some space there where we can put the name of the local municipality representing it's their program. We also provide a custom mobile app as well as something called a browser extension where people have the ability to always see who's participating in a local program, what their offerings are, as well as what's happening in the online program. We have some really cool technology which you can actually experience for yourself. We can send a link for people, the council could even try for themselves, or even if you go to Google search engine and you type in, you're looking for a certain product, embedded in the search results will come up with how much tax reward you're going to earn on those transactions. The sign-up process for a resident is pretty straightforward. When they first sign up, they just give us basic information like their name, email, password. That sets up an account with them on the platform. Then they go ahead and link the property. I believe you're using the admin's tax software, so we usually integrate with that where people can bring link their property that they want tied to this card. The next step is to prevent fraud. We allow them to preload $10 into their account using an existing payment product or an existing bank account. And then the last step is identity verification and the card account creation with the bank, which is MetaBank, where we collect their legal name, their date of birth, their legal address, and their social security number. Those are the 4 identity pieces that are received, and this is all secure with the bank via the bank server. Upon the system verifying that they are who they are, their card is created and then, the next day mailed out to them. The value of this program to local government is that essentially this is giving the ability to reduce tax burden through this everyday spending. It comes at no cost to the municipality out of pocket. We're able to, through your spending of monies that people are spending already, we're able to accelerate these receivables and pay this sooner than otherwise. So if you look at typically when tax money is received, we're able to pay this money in advance of that, allowing for hopefully helping on a cash flow situation. Obviously, it depends on the particular municipality, but we can get this money to the local government sooner. Obviously, a big part of this is that we can promote local spending, benefits to local businesses in many ways, helps with jobs, and we also offer a new source of revenue into the local government in the way of a 9.1% match of what is earned on the online reward portion of the program. So we recognize that when people shop online, there really is no benefit to the local, the local place, not local government, not state. So what we try to do is create a new revenue stream and help the general tax base by giving back an additional 9.1% over whatever people earn. So for example, if someone were to earn $100 in reward that was earned from the online portion of the program, additional $9.10 would go back on top of that to the town. Homeowners are very excited about this program. In a couple different surveys throughout the country, we find about 62% of homeowners are interested in joining, and 41% of that number told us that they were extremely interested in joining the program. For them, the idea of a property tax savings program is meaningful. They like the idea there's no redemption fees, no expiration on the reward earned, that there's no action required for this money to move to reduce your tax liability. It's a seamless program. And obviously, they still can shop as they would otherwise. You're not asking them to shop any differently. The program pays for, we saw it, and what we saw before was as much as 25% of reward every time a transaction. We actually had the other day a merchant that joined at a 30% amount back. So I guess we have to change this now to say as much as 30% reward. But the point is that we have merchants participating on the local level as well as online, as much as 25-30% back on a transaction. No matter what, cardholder will always earn a base amount of 0.25%, and then when they shop at a participating place, they earn a bonus above and beyond that. On the local program, typically merchants participate at a 10% rate, so a person would earn about 10.25, and then online it varies. Obviously, online you have service providers. It could be travel agencies, like a Priceline or Expedia type of company. So everybody's different in the range of what they're offering. We do have right now 3,200 online participants, and then obviously upon adoption we work with the local businesses and it ranges somewhere between 20 and 50 local merchants usually participating, and depends on the size of the town. Right now, we are the only company that can offer such a program. We have issued U.S. patents which affords us the ability to be the only company in the country that can offer a payment product in which rewards offset a pre-existing liability, for example, property taxes, and also to issue payment products where rewards are earned based on the location of the transaction. To be able to offer the program, we have a contract which licenses the program to municipality. We also handle the full administration of the program. The one responsibility of local government is to promote and let its residents know the program exists, and then obviously to process the bulk file which we give, which is business as usual, as it's the same format as you're currently receiving from the banks on the mortgage escrow money. That is the overview, and I'm happy to take any questions.
Is it,
Have to talk into the cell phone, so maybe they can ask the question and you can repeat it to the phone so we don't get. I just spoke to John back, John, about Steve,
Going back to
Too much.
I don't want you guys in. Just like maybe one mic so.
Okay, Kristen.
yeah.
Maybe that works. Is that better?
That's better.
That's better.
Okay. My question was, he said they have 3,200 online participants.
All right.
Can you name some for us?
Can you name some of the 3,200 participating members of the state card? Sure. Actually, what I'll do one better. Are you still looking at the screen?
Yes.
Are you able to still see the screen that we have up?
Yes.
Yeah, I can see this. Yes, really good.
Yes, really good. Okay. Let me, okay, are you able to see now the web browser I have up?
Yes.
Yes.
Very good.
Okay. I'm going to scroll down. This will just give you a sense of some of these companies. I'll speak some out. I just passed Walmart, Target, Macy's, Sam's Club, Best Buy, Old Navy, Home Depot. Again, this is just online. Staples, Kohl's, Travelocity, Sears, Expedia, Orbitz, Priceline, Vistaprint, GoDaddy, Dell, Tire Rack, Forever 21, CVS. It obviously keeps going and going and going and going.
So how many municipalities do they work with today?
In New Jersey.
How many municipalities do you work with today? Eli? This is obviously a relatively new platform. We just went live towards the beginning of the year. To date, we have 4 towns there in New Jersey that have adopted the program. 3 of which have either gone live or are going live like the next week or 2. Now, Bridgewater went live a couple weeks ago. Ridgewood actually went live today, and East Brunswick is going live. Although it's on the website already, they're officially going live in a week and a half.
Hey, Glenn, they mentioned they have a patent, but are there any competitors? Because I remember several years ago, we had looked at a similar program.
It says you have a patent, but we know in Bridgewater they have shop local. Sure, great question. The shop local program that's currently available, it's been available in New Jersey for the last couple of years, is kind of like the equivalent of a grocery store rewards program, where you show a rewards card and you earn something for being a member of that program. There's nothing proprietary about that. Our patents are surrounding payment products, so whether it be a debit card, a credit card, a gift card, if the form of payment you're making or you're using is producing a reward, that is when our patent takes effect. So whether it's a Visa, MasterCard, American Express, whatever it might be, if it's a payment product, then that reward generated is covered by our patents. Anybody can offer a coupon or show a discount card and earn reward from that. That's not something that is really patentable.
Can you explain what?
Can you explain what the cost is to the resident? Sure. So if a resident uses the program as designed as a tax savings program, they should never see any cost. There's no charge for the card. There's no monthly fee. There's no fees at all. Now, there's one requirement, which is a resident or person who has a card needs to have loaded into this bank account attached to the card at least $800 a month. They don't have to spend $800. They can have, a charge, a mortgage or something. You can have an outside charge, the account routing number, so they can have charges like any other bank account, being auto debiting out of that account. They don't have to use this card $800, but in order to keep the card and not have any sort of monthly fee, they just have to have at least $800 going in the month. If they don't, there's a $3.95 fee. But again, the idea here is that if they're getting the card, it's because they plan on using it. If they're going to use it, obviously they're going to load well over $800 a month on there. And they should never see a fee. If they choose to, at the point of sale, withdraw out of their account, using their PIN, a cash, at the point of sale, there's a 50-cent fee for that. So there's a full fee schedule. A homeowner can decide to use this card for things outside of its normal function. That's at their choice to do so. But otherwise, they should not see any fees. It's designed to keep costs down for everybody.
All right, so you don't have to spend $800 a month, but you have to at least deposit $800. You can always either cut a check or do whatever. So it's not like each month they will spend $800.
Correct, and that money can sit there as well, and accrue. There's a maximum of $10,000 that can sit in this account. So yeah, there's no spend requirement, but we have to pay each month to keep this account open with the banks. We're trying to find the least intrusive way to keep people, not getting cards and just sitting in a drawer. And this is what we found to be the best way. It's just they have to think about it. Then maybe they'll have direct deposit as part of their paycheck to go there. But yes, as long as they have $800 coming in, regardless if they're spending it or not, they're not going to see a fee.
Glenn, just so I can, because I talked to Eli about this. So really what we're doing is it's a bank account that you're utilizing for a local property tax rewards. And so we want to have people, the card wants you to have people put money into the account so that you're going to spend it locally and get the rewards, just as you would do it with any debit card, okay, going to a bank. So this is, I believe, MetaBank that they go through, which has ATMs and I believe
Well,
PNC.
MetaBank does the processing for PNC here.
Correct, so PNC
if you're in
would
quick
be able
check,
to use.
that PNC is actually MetaBank is the process.
Correct, but this is more of a, we want people to shop local as well as save on the property taxes. So this incentivizes them to actually go to the store locally, shop, spend it, and get rewards. There is another program that Derek had looked into as far as a rewards program with the kind of like the ShopRite card, something like that, where you would go to. That's something also that we can do, and that we're looking to do. So combined with this, you would have a great local front as far as property tax savings.
So, for instance, one of the businesses listed there was Walmart, I think. I think the discount, you're going to hold me to it, but I think on their presentation, the discount is 1.7%. So if you went to Walmart in Piscataway, 1.7% of your bill using that card would come back to South Plainfield into this account to offset your profit.
And some place like Tony's Pizza or something like that, who might offer up to a 25% or 30% reward. Bridgewater has both of these programs in place, both the property tax savings program here as well as the rewards program. So combined, you're able to have a very successful tax relief program and local buying initiative that will be able to bring to South Plainfield on a combined effort with this program and the other.
So you have to maintain $800 in the account.
You have to deposit, so.
Is there a limit?
What's that?
Is there a limit that you can charge? Say you put in the $800 and you want to go spend
Well, it's not a credit card.
$2,000. I understand.
Yeah, so it's.
So you have to have,
You have to
whatever
have
you
the
have
money.
in there, you have to have.
Correct.
You have to have that amount to whatever
So
you're going to charge.
it doesn't, it's not a credit card, so you're not gonna get people necessarily more in a liability.
Right.
Because you don't want that either.
Right, no, that'd be a nightmare.
Correct.
It's really a debit card.
They're not gonna be accruing debt to get a break on their tax.
But there's not, maybe to your point, there's not a limit, so if I was looking at doing something in my home, going to Home Depot and spending $2,000.
You would put $2,000.
I could put $2,000, and there's no cap, or is there a cap on,
Well, he said the cap is 10,000.
so it's 10,000?
It's my understanding, the reason why they have this is, and I'm just gonna cut through the chase here, is they're looking for a debit account. If there's no activity in the debit account, they're gonna get,
There's still a cost to keeping the account.
correct, they're gonna get hit a fee.
Right.
And that fee is gonna be roughly 3.9%. So that they don't get hit with a fee, they have to require, you could have a deposit in one day and a check come out the next day for the same amount of money. They just need activity in the account so that they're not charged. They came up with this $800 number. I can't tell you where they came up with it. I'm assuming they're coming up, they came up with a number to look at, trying to see if people would use this as one of their primary accounts. That's, so that's what I believe, but, I can't really speak for them, but that's the main reason we were told why you need to have some activity, because otherwise they're charged for maintaining it.
So I'm not clear, if you keep $800 in and you don't use it for whatever reason that month, you keep that $800 in there, will you be charged any fee at all?
Yeah, you have, it's like going to a bank and opening up an account.
Right.
That you have to have direct deposit.
Right.
Or to avoid the fee. Okay, so you want to be able to, let's say
Deposit
$200 a week, you're gonna deposit from your.
Right.
But you can transfer that money at any time.
Right.
Okay.
But you've got to have a direct deposit
Correct.
once a month, not
But
to be charged.
again, if you're gonna
Then
shop
totally
local,
different.
the whole incentive is or idea is
Right.
to shop local, so you want to have people put the money in there so that they can shop local, instead of transferring it out and shopping somewhere else.
You're gonna use it for your everyday purchases, so it's not an account you're gonna put the money in and just not expect to use it. The whole idea is, you're
Correct.
looking at some kind of property tax relief program for shopping local, or really in any case, wherever you're gonna do your current shopping, whether it's online or anywhere, you're gonna benefit.
And I think the benefit is
Local merchants
is
to
they
sign
have
up.
3,200 online.
Online alone, right. So
What's the advantage for local merchants to
Well, the
sign?
advantage is so that more people come to their.
More, yeah.
So, with different rewards programs, obviously, if somebody owns a business and they're offering 25% with this card or the other rewards card, it's probably gonna be one or the other, because I can't, that's up to them, but to get 50% double, that's
Sure.
tough.
But they have the choice.
They have the choice.
minimum
Yeah.
could be only a quarter.
Yeah, they have the choice.
Sure, sure.
Yeah.
Correct, and they have a whole list of what the.
Everything
percentage is.
online, there was nothing more than like 3.3%.
Right, because they want you to shop local.
Yeah.
So the point is, go to local merchants, get them signed up, and,
They actually, if we go with the program, they at least told me, like a week ago, they were in East Brunswick, they will come here and try doing the sign-up process directly themselves.
yeah.
And how long are you locked in at the 800? I mean, if we sign up for this, is it gonna be next year, it's gonna be 1,000, are you locked into that 800 or a couple of years, whatever, what is it gonna be? How do we know how
Yeah,
much
same
longer
contract.
until they escape it up to, something else?
Eli, you still there?
Eli, you still there?
I'm here, yeah.
The question was.
The question was, is it going to stay at 800, or is there a chance a year from now it could be 1,000?
Try to spit out as quickly as you can.
It's a great question. Actually, the first time I've asked that question. So here's the situation when it comes to the cardholder agreement, which is with MetaBank. Technically, that could change tomorrow. So I can't speak to if for some reason the bank needs to change language on there or change a fee structure. So it's always possible. But I will say that obviously, in dealing with the public as an extension, essentially representing local government, it is in everybody's interest that we keep fees non-existent. And we don't have any plans to change anything. Everything that's been done is modeled to be sustainable, and we don't want to ever have to charge. Based on how spending is, and hopefully we can go the other way. Hopefully we can see people are using the program as they should, and it's not being left in the drawer, and we can get rid of these requirements. But we have no plans and don't anticipate anything changing on the fee side. Again, the whole purpose of this is to benefit everybody, not to try to create something that is in any way charging people money or people losing money on it.
Yeah, and I think that what's great about this is you have an option to cancel the card. You know, if you feel that the fees are too much, or you can't make that $800 and you don't want to pay that fee,
Yeah.
you have the option to cancel that card.
Robin, I'll ask.
Can a resident cancel their card during?
Yeah, there's no contract. They can sign up for the card and then receive it and cancel immediately. They have no obligation to keep the account active. The little I'm hearing from the conversation, it sounds like it's been said, but I'll repeat it in case not. If someone's not spending $800 a month with the card, whether it's on everyday purchases, whether it's locally, or whether it's, let's say booking travel online, they're not going to earn any meaningful amount towards the property taxes, which means they shouldn't bother having a card. We want people to utilize this. We want people to have to think about where they're shopping and what payment product to use. The idea here is this card should be at a minimal as attractive as any other card in their wallet. So whether they're shopping online, whether they're shopping locally, shopping anywhere, this is the card they're going to use, because as much as it is a local tax savings program, it's a property tax savings program, where the idea is that every dollar should help reduce this tax burden. So any way we can incentivize people to use it, that's good. And we also want people to make sure that they feel that they're going to earn on every transaction. If you have, let's say, a different product where you have to remember to keep a second card in your wallet, and you have to keep track of who might accept it, who may not accept it, likely you're not going to use it very often because you're going to forget about it. But if I have a product in my wallet that I can use all the time and know that I'm going to be earning as much as possible, no matter where I spend, that's a card I'm going to be using.
Yeah, I think that's the key right there, is no matter where you spend it. So sometimes you're saying, you know what, I have to go online to buy this, or I have to do that. And where you have the benefit with the rewards card to go to any local vendor as one option. This option also gives you the opportunity to go online or anywhere and at least receive some kind of a reward.
So to get the program, is there a minimum amount of people that have to sign up for it?
Eli, is there a minimum?
Eli, is there a minimum amount of residents that have to sign up in order to keep the program?
No, because since we have the estate card that is live across the country, even though each one of these programs are separated, we use the entire greater portfolio of the entire country, going. So you're not going to have one program that goes away. This program is here to stay, no matter how many people in a particular town may sign up.
So I just want to add two things real quick. First of all, this is an option. It's an option for people who want to use it. It may not be the best option for every household, but it's something that could help defray and defer some of your tax burden that you may be having or anything. So that's the first thing. The second thing is I wanted to know if Eli could mention about the links that you can send. I guess you can send a link for a product to a friend. That link has an embedded code into it, and that link will be linked back to you. So if I send Matt a link for a stereo system, and Matt uses my link to purchase that stereo system, I get the credit, I get the reward points, because my link is embedded into the South Plainfield Municipality program. So therefore, I have the opportunity to double up on my rewards by utilizing the link to send to friends and everything too, which I thought that was a great benefit, because you get the value of the link and they get the value of the product. So
I mean, it would almost work, not that I'm a big Atlantic City person, but you get these codes for if you go to Atlantic City, stay at Tropicana or something like that, you have this ID code. What happens is there's an assigned ID code. So if Derek sends over to Gary, buying something from Target online, that ID code transfers over for the discount, and that comes over to your account here in
Yeah,
South.
I believe as long as that person doesn't have the rewards program. So if you have somebody out of town that's buying Christmas gifts or whatever, and you say, hey, listen, you know what, here's an idea for the kids or something like that, you could send them the link online. They buy it, their regular credit card or whatever, but you will get the rewards designated to them.
Well, and I think one of the other things is that, I mean, myself as grown up in town, I mean, a lot of our merchants are national chains. We do have Target, we do have Kohl's, we do have Home Depot, and, across the street is Walmart. So all those things, whether or not you want to see the local merchants, the local merchants to the residents here.
So if you go to those stores directly instead of going online, is it still the 1.7, or is it different? Is there a different rate if you go in store and purchase?
Eli, the question is,
if you go to like Walmart in person instead of online, is it same discount?
No, unless the local Walmart joins the local merchant program, a person would not earn the online reward. It's possible that if they do an online order with a pickup in the store, that may work. But if they just walk in and shop off the shelves, no, they're not going to earn anything unless that local Walmart joins. But speaking of the local merchant, let me just quickly say that our program is set up where we integrate with the existing technology a merchant has. They don't have to buy new hardware. There's no monthly fees. It's a very clean, simple system. So we have other programs that may exist where the person has to get a new swipe terminal for it. They have to spend the time to swipe the second card, which means any grocery store or any high-volume business just can't possibly even use it. Walmart can never join that program. Our program, these stores can join. It's just a merchant ID that we get on the existing credit card system, and that's it. It works cleanly from that point.
Yeah, that's the main difference between the two.
That's it for now.
all right, I can jettison them.
Yeah, he's good.
Eli and Ralph,
Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate the time. Thank you.
Yeah, okay. All right, so I think it's a worthwhile program. I think especially if you combine it with the other programs that are out there, it gives residents an opportunity. I think if you look at your average family of 4, and take me for example, I know, whether I'm in the A&P or the ShopRite, I'm probably spending $800 a month just at the grocery store. In that instance, I think it's fine. I think, you got to be careful. I don't think residents are going to cut their tax bill, in half or 25% or maybe even 10%, unless you do a lot of shopping and you do a lot of spending. In that instance, you're spending it anyway. $800 is no big deal, but I think that's the key. If you're looking at $800 as not an entry point that you're going to be spending a month in any given location, you do the math, it's probably not going to be that beneficial. But
Well, I think the most important thing is you don't have to spend the $800 a month.
exactly. But I mean, and I think kind of the way it is, like I said, if you're a homeowner, or you're probably spending that money, in a variety of ways.
Or if you're a contractor and you shop at Home Depot, there's stories of in Bridgewater and other towns where some of these contractors, the whole tax bill is paid for by the rewards. And it just depends on how much you spend in your daily lives. Everybody's different. But the most important thing is that you don't create debt or anything like that.
Right.
That's the last thing we want to do. That's important.
And I think the combination of the two programs is really the opportunity there, right? Because there is a valid point that you're not going to get some of these places that are going to just join one of these programs where they got to scan your card or whatever. But
Yeah, I think-
again, this is transparent to most companies. If they're not participating as a member, you can still shop there. It doesn't matter. But hopefully we get, local businesses to get on, if that's the way the council decides to go, we get local businesses to incentivize even more, and I think that is kind of the purpose of it.
Correct, and the purpose is, as the Administration and Finance Committee met about this is, promote this is something that we can get right out there to the residents to start on. The other card, like Eli said, was there's a different machine or mechanics that might have to be involved with, but that is something also to combine with this that we're going to do. So I think it really, what I want to say as chair of Administration Finance is, I got tagged in a post on Facebook from Kristen Perfilio and was asked to look into it. I reached out to Glenn and Derek, asked them to move on this, and they really worked quickly on it, and I want to thank her because it is residents like her that bring the ideas to the council that we're able to get it done here in South Plainfield.
Well, again, I know when Councilman Barletta was Chair of Economic Development, we had looked at, that prior program, and I think it was kind of the feeling of the governing body that this wasn't something that was going to get a lot of traction in town. And that was the Economic Development Committee as well, the Business and Economic Development Committee. If that's your only program, I think you're hard pressed to find that that's something that's going to provide meaningful relief. But I think if you combine the two, I think it's there. And the key is, Glenn, from your standpoint, they would be giving you a file that's easy for you to process. There's not going to be any undue administration on your side.
Yeah, the way it's gonna come to us is, like right now, we have so many people that have mortgages. And the mortgages come, we get a file sent to us. That file gets uploaded into the system, and within seconds, it's credited to all the residents' accounts. This is gonna work really the same way. One of the have our IT people work with them. I know the CFO over in Bridgewater very well. At least from what's been explained to me is this program is broader than some of the other programs out there, obviously because it has an online presence and everything else. So, everybody probably has a card that you get some type of, cash.
Well, that's going to be the trade-off, right?
So it's going to be the trade-off on whether or not, this seems to have participation across the board. So your Home Depot card may be applicable at Home Depot, but you're not really going to help you if you're somewhere else, if you're at Walmart or anything else. This seems like it is much broader, and as you said, I guess they have 3,200 participants. So you're going to get something everywhere combined with, they're going to put somebody here locally to try to do the recruiting versus somebody from the borough trying to.
So that's what I was gonna say, so they would send like a sales rep here.
Correct.
To go to all our businesses and try to convince them to join up.
Yes,
Correct.
and from what I understand, currently right now, they're talking to us tonight. I believe they're also talking to Plainfield. They're about to go live in East Brunswick, and the more they obviously saturate the area, the better the opportunity that they have that they're going to, have let's say, Elio's over in Edison, right? And so let's say they pick that up and, depending upon whether or not you're that resident from East Brunswick or South Plainfield or Westfield eating there, it's going to be linked your card to your tax.
And you'll still get the
account.
same percentage as if you're a resident in that town or not.
Yes. So, but once again, they're the ones that are going to do the initial push in recruitment.
And if
Right.
that fails,
I'm sorry?
and if that fails,
Maybe Matt.
Well,
I'm just saying, like, say.
what was the
say-
question?
No, Glenn
If
was saying
they're
that they will
unable-
do the initial
Oh.
push of trying to get businesses to join up. And so if
Well,
that fails,
I think if that, obviously, I'll work closely with them,
Yeah.
and the Economic Development Department will work closely with them to help, and make sure they're recruiting. I'm working with another company currently, we're working with a company, Lip Shop 5, who is pulling together, we're going to be having them hopefully pull together a directory very soon of all the businesses. That'll make this process a little easier. That'll also allow some of our local businesses to compete in the e-commerce market where brick and mortar stores are having some difficulty, that the market is actually expanding into that area. So I'll give them a leg up in regard to selling on the e-commerce market and then allowing residents and local people in the area to pick up their goods and services at the local store. So we're working through that as well. So there's a few things that can probably fit together rather nicely.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be more concerned if there was a fee to the borough or you know, greater fees to the residents and you were getting very minimal benefit if people didn't sign up. But, I mean, you could use it just as an online card and stuff like that and still get a great benefit. So, I mean, the reality is if we couldn't convince any local business to sign up, I think there's still value there. And I find that hard to believe that we wouldn't do that.
And there's no fee to the businesses.
Yeah.
I did ask that question.
Like, I think the thing that a lot of people have trouble wrapping their hands around is you don't need to end your month with an $800 balance.
Right.
You have to show that $800 went into your account. And then whether or not you want to leave it in your account, or whether you want to pay a bill, or whether you want to move it to your savings, or whether you want to move to another checking account. I mean, that's all up to you.
Right.
But that's...
I think one of the other interesting things about this card is it's really the only program that anybody shopping online, the township, the municipality gets a reward back to help with infrastructure projects or whatever as a revenue stream, which is that 9.5% of the reward. So if you, like Eli said, if you spend $100 online, they might get 2.5% of rewards. The town would get 9.5% of that, and that's because they want to encourage local buying. And if you're not, then the township should get some reward so that it goes back to the budget.
And that goes on with the online purchases as well? Or
That's
just
only
the
online.
schools? Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's only online.
And I mean, there's a portion of spending that's the trend, right? So you're gonna have a lot of people do spending online. I get packages to my house every day. I don't know where they're coming from. So I'll give the kids one of these cards and maybe that'll work. But so I think the benefits are there. Again, if it was a lot of work to to Glenn to process these and we got minimal sign up, those would be the concerns I have. If the fees weren't there, but as long as somebody can sign up, if they decide the program's not what it's not fitting their particular needs, then they cancel it. And I don't think there's any undue burden on us. And I think if we offer the other programs as well in combination, then people can kind of pick and choose or use both and see what they want to do. So, Paul, I don't know if you can reach out and get a copy of this contract. Have you already seen it? Okay. Anything? Have you reviewed it yet, or anything that?
Yeah, the one thing I don't like is it has a provision that if there's any disputes over between the town and this card, they have to be litigated in Dallas.
Really?
Yes.
Interesting.
That we would have to take a trip to Dallas.
Okay.
I think they're aware.
Other than that, I don't have.
And can you reach out to why Dallas? Are they headquartered in Dallas or something?
Yes.
Yeah. Dallas may be.
Even though they name the municipalities here in New Jersey, they're in other states.
Dallas may have a very merchant-friendly laws or something like that. Could be.
I just think
yeah, so if you can take a look at that, maybe you can reach out to them proactively. Just the council members take a look and see what you think.
Can you clarify the 9.5%? It's 9.5% of exactly.
And so if you go online and you spend $1,000,
9.1. Okay.
yeah, 9.1. So
9.1.
if you go online and you get your rewards is $100
It's 9.1 of the reward.
of the reward, so the township will get $9.10.
Not what the total spending.
Not the total spending. the total
That would be a
reward.
lot.
That'd be great.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
That'd be great for the borough.
Yeah, so look.
Well, as we quickly get to through the end of the summer into the fall into the holiday season, I would like to see if we could, if everybody's in agreement that this is a program worth looking at. I'd like to move as quickly as possible. Obviously, we want to go with Paul's comfort level on the review of any kind of contract, but if we could at least start drawing up potential resolutions to advance this forward, and Paul, if you can do whatever work you need to do to see what can be done with Dallas, and maybe even reach out to Bridgewater to see, maybe they've also reached out to them.
Does anyone know what the main difference between this and like shop local is? That's, I know,
Yeah.
Highland Park and Touch and All utilize
Well,
that.
I think we should use both of them actually, but I think from my understanding, we looked at before, is a lot of those, it's like he was saying, where you have like a grocery card, right? Everybody's got like a ShopRite card, and so you got to get the businesses and the establishments to be able to use that technology, read your card, and then be able to, to get you the points. So
And
if
we
I'm a
would
small,
have to sign up.
yeah, and we would have to. So if I'm a small merchant, maybe I don't want that machine. But if I'm a large merchant, like a Home Depot, maybe I'm not going to put that in my store. You probably have a greater hurdle to get somebody to do that. The beauty of this is you've got a MasterCard going there, nobody knows the difference. If they're not participating in the program, you're still going to get that 0.25%. My guess is you'd be spending that money there anyway. It's your choice whether you want to use this or whether you want your airline miles or whatever other card you use, right? But at least we don't have to go down and try and get these businesses, and like I said, especially some of the small businesses, to be able to go through that process. So I think this is easier for your small pizza places or hairdressers or anything like that to be able to be.
We had this other program, I live in Hillsborough, we
Yeah.
had it in Hillsborough, and they canned it because
Yeah.
ultimately they couldn't get enough.
Exactly, and we had looked at it several years back, and that was the consensus of, I think, most of the governing body, the Economic Development, Business Advisory Group, didn't think that there was going to get traction because they just made it, it was just so unlikely that it would take.
Yeah, I think
take
the
us
hard thing is the fact that we have to go out and sign up.
Yeah.
The borough has to get the companies to sign up, get them to change over to the new technology or some other type of technology to swipe it. That's something that would take a lot of time, which I think with Derek, with your live, shop, buy things, we can look to do in the future. This is something we can implement immediately.
Yeah.
Excellent. Yeah, the conversion is probably very cumbersome and costly to the businesses to have their systems converted over to scan rewards tag or whatever, so.
The implementation of this is not a heavy hurdle.
No. All right, I'll open it up right now if there's anybody in the audience that has any comments specifically regarding the presentation of the program. Yeah, Roberta.
Roberta Sayers, 414 West Crescent Parkway. I want to thank the governing body for the clairvoyance because I have some knowledge of the different type of programs, and I was planning to bring it to the Business Advisory Group, which I'm part of with Derek White, so that as a committee, we could work on this initiative to help everyone in South Plainfield. Not every program is the same, and we should look at different programs, and as I stated before, I'm willing to work with whomever would like to work with it because it also benefits me.
Yeah.
So I want to thank you guys for bringing it up, doing a presentation, exploring different ideas, and opening up. I'm making myself available to, through the committee or to you guys, if I can help in any way, shape, or form to benefit most of the people of South Plainfield.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah, I was just curious on the commitment to the municipality, how long are we locked into the contract?
There were no terms.
It's not costing the borough anything? Yeah, so
We're not locked in, because the technology changes and new programs coming out, like,
No, there was nothing, in other words, it begins a certain date, ends a certain date.
Yeah.
There was no termination date or term of contract.
there's not much to terminate, right? I mean,
No, really.
you don't use it. They're going to send our finance department a file that's already, readable and common to what's done in finance today. Again, this is, I think, we looked at this several years back. It's probably 3 or so years back, and those were the issues that we had. Signing up with these contracts, having to go out with these things don't exist with this program. So, this is great in my view compared to all the hurdles that you had on the other type of program.
Did they discuss like how disputes would be handled or returns? Because you can play a little game there, you get your file, it's credited to my tax bill, but then I return the item, and then what happens? And was any of that discussed, like how that would be handled? Is it your responsibility or is it their responsibility?
That came up in the conversation.
That came up in conversations, and that would be credited back. I'm going back and forth with them in regards to how often they actually are going to make payment, because right now, I think what they're doing is that they're making payment in, I think it's June or July, which is when technically your tax rate is scored. So that's when they're remitting payment. They're not sending a file right now. In the case of Bridgewater, they're not sending a file with, $1.19. You earned it in cash back for that. I mean, there's gonna be some people that earn a lot back. Listen what the mayor said. You have people putting airline tickets and a number of things that are gonna have substantial savings. You're gonna have other people that it's gonna be much smaller. So, because of that delay, that was one of the reasons why they only wanted to do it a couple of times a year, because of that exact reason, that they don't want to have a situation where somebody uses it and they return it and they got the credit for something they shouldn't have gotten the credit for.
Well, the same thing with home sales, depending upon when you get your file, and then somebody sells their home and they had all this credit coming to them, and what happens to that?
Correct.
And then I just want to get this $800 in my head right, and then you said it a million times. So I put $800 in, and I spend $200. Next month, I just have to have a balance of $800.
No.
I have to put in another $800.
Correct.
So then I can technically take out my $600 and then put in $800 again. As long as I play that shell game, more or less.
Yes.
And
Well, you're
then
not gonna get any rewards.
I won't get any rewards, but then when I want to make a big purchase, I can put up to $10,000 in the account, and I could do that. Okay, got it.
I just use the term shell.
Not necessarily shell game. It's kind of like any other, you were from banking too, right? Is that any bank that wants you to directly deposit money or insert money, because their belief is that you do that, you're probably going to leave it there.
Right.
So by having this requirement that you have $800, they're figuring that money's going to stay, and that people aren't going to go back and forth. And probably what's going to happen is people are going to then adopt that, shop there, the money that comes in kind of stays there. So.
And one of the things that I'll mention, they mentioned that they're using MetaBank, and I really never heard of MetaBank. I guess they're like the largest online bank. And when he was reading me the locations in South Plainfield, I was like, what are you talking about? And it turns out that the processor for PNC. So you have the quick check on Durham Avenue, the quick check on Sampton Avenue, as well as a number of other stores here in town. They're actually the processor. Right. So they actually emailed me a listing of all the locations in town. So that's something obviously also that would be provided. So, and once again, they're like everything else. They're trying to get people to be using their product and their service.
So,
Can you see a list before you sign up as a taxpayer, how you can participate online and in town and various towns, I guess?
Yeah, I didn't see the whole list of 3,200, but I saw a list of a lot of their major, I guess, discount, like Home Depot, I think was 1.7% online, and I think.
But then as they sign up people in our town.
That'll be the
Is
key.
that the town's responsibility to let the taxpayers know that Tony's Pizza signed up, or, whatever?
I think that's something that we would.
No, that
It would be on the
app.
app.
Yeah.
Rob's right, the councilman's been the biggest, right, that would be on the
Yeah,
app. That would be on the app. Really, what they're asking for is, when we send out things like tax bills, like if we were to do it here in South Plainfield, I mean, one of my thoughts is to include the information when we're handing out the leaf bags, because that's one of these things where it wouldn't cost us really much more money. Len likes handing these things out, so we could have it attached to the leaf bags when people are coming. Something along those lines. What they've said to me is those are the best opportunities for getting the message out to the public, either in the tax bill. Our tax bills have already been mailed. Our tax bills won't be mailed again until next year. The next opportunity to do this would be the sewer bills that everybody loves in February. So, that would be, really the next opportunity to do this would be possibly for the leaf bags. So,
And you have social media.
correct.
Yeah.
so just going back to the disputes and everything. So, say, are these chip cards? I mean, by the image, it doesn't look like it.
No, I don't think so. I think this way.
So somehow or another, say somebody gets your number and starts doing fraudulent purchases, they're saying that for you to dispute this, they want you to go to Houston? Or
No, that's if there's a contract dispute.
So normal disputes will just be.
It's going to go with the bank.
Yeah, because it's through the bank,
Yeah.
it's through a normal bank, like Mr. Cohen stated, you know.
We get to go.
They are debit cards, so I think you have less.
Yes.
I would imagine they all fall under Dodd-Frank and the Consumer Protection Act. I mean, they're a bank, so they're going to fall under all these protections that your local bank's going to
They're
fall.
debit cards,
You have a little
and
less.
we rolled it out, obviously, to get all the specifics, but I actually believe when you're running through the machine, it runs through as a credit.
Yeah.
Even though technically it's a debit.
You're right.
Right.
It was actually, that's a great point, Mike. What Eli said was to run it through as a credit, even though it's a debit card, because the way the points are calculated,
Correct.
it recognizes as a credit card to acquire the reward points and get credit to your taxes. That's a great
Correct.
point.
That's most reward cards.
Yeah.
You tell them to run it as a credit.
Right, right.
Correct.
All right, anyone else? Okay.
Sorry for the background there.
No, that was interesting.
Sorry for the technical difficulties. I know that was a little painful at times.
And if anybody wants the link, there is a link there that you can see this video that they're trying to show us.
All right.
Well, I can get it on the website.
For final adoption, ordinance 2085.
An ordinance of the Borough of South Plainfield, County of Middlesex, State of New Jersey, amending and supplementing Chapter 504 of the Borough Code entitled Affordable Housing to address the requirements of the New Jersey Fair Housing Act and the New Jersey Uniform Housing Affordability Controls as they pertain to compliance with municipal affordable housing obligations.
Thank you. Can I get a motion for final adoption on ordinance 2085?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Council President White, seconded by Councilwoman Faustini. As this is for final adoption, open up for public comments regarding ordinance 2085. Seeing none, close the public portion. Council comments regarding ordinance 2085. Seeing none. Ms. Suter, can you call the roll?
Councilman Benjavanga?
Recused.
Councilman Dean?
Yes.
Councilwoman Faustini?
Yes.
Councilman Besh?
Yes.
Councilman Mollett?
Yes.
Council President White?
Yes.
Passes 5-0.
5-0.
1. For final adoption, ordinance 2086.
An ordinance of the Borough of South Plainfield, County of Middlesex, and State of New Jersey, amending and supplementing Article 7 entitled Zone District Regulations of the Borough of South Plainfield zoning ordinance establishing the requirements for an affordable housing overlay zone district in accordance with the adopted housing plan element and fair share plan of the Borough of South Plainfield.
Thank you. Can I get a motion for final adoption on ordinance 2086?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Council President White, seconded by Councilman Wolock. Again, as this is for final adoption, open up for public comments regarding ordinance 2086. Seeing none, close the public portion. Council comments regarding ordinance 2086.
Yeah, what would the overlay zone district be? Did we announce that yet, or?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, I don't know if you still have your map.
Yeah. Do you have it with you?
I don't have it, it was marked then as
Evidence?
exhibit at the planning board.
Yeah, so largely the whole downtown area as it exists today, going all the way back through Front Street to the fire department, going down Plainfield Avenue on some of that property going towards the Quick Check. And I think there's another there's a portion over by,
Oh, for West Side.
West 7.
West Side.
Okay. West 7 and South. Right.
And again, so all that does is that puts the, it allows for that to be used for, this mixed-use type development. If somebody were to look at buying those properties, all of that zoning essentially is already in place. Doesn't have to be converted, could stay as it is. Nothing may actually ever happen. And again, as everybody remembers, that was the original portion of what the township or what the borough was looking to do with the COA plan, going under a vacant land adjustment and only establishing overlay zones, providing for that future growth if it existed. So this adopts that. Any other council comments? All right, Ms. Huda, can you call the roll?
Councilman Benjavanga?
Recused.
Councilman Dean?
Yes.
Councilwoman Faustini?
Yes.
Councilman Besh?
Yes.
Councilman Mollett?
Yes.
Council President White?
Yes.
5-0.
Thank you. Also for final adoption, ordinance 2087.
An ordinance of the Borough South Plainfield.
Thank you. Can I get a motion for final adoption on ordinance 2087?
Motion. Second.
Motion by Councilman Wolak, seconded by Councilman Dean. As this is also for final adoption, I'll open it up for public comments regarding ordinance 2087. Seeing none. Seeing none. Close the public portion. Council comments regarding ordinance 2087. Seeing none. Ms. Tudor, can you call the roll?
Councilman Benjavanga.
Recuse.
Councilman Dean.
Yes.
Councilwoman Fostini.
Yes.
Councilman Nash.
Yes.
Councilman Wolak.
Yes.
Council President White.
Yes.
5-0-1.
Thank you. Also for final adoption, can I get a motion for ordinance 2088?
So,
Second.
Motion by Council President White, seconded by Councilwoman Faustini. As this is also for final adoption, open up for public comments regarding the adoption of ordinance 2088. Seeing none. Close the public portion. Council comments regarding the adoption of ordinance 2088. Yes.
She didn't read it.
You did not read it? Really? I was on a roll. We went through everything else. You didn't read it? You guys are too polite. Can you read what ordinance 2088 is, please?
An ordinance of the Borough of South Plainfield, County of Middlesex, and State of New Jersey, amending and supplementing Section 540-51 entitled Mud Mixed Use Development of the Code of the Borough of South Plainfield.
I wish my kids were this respectful to me. All right, so we have a motion, right? We have a second. Public comments regarding ordinance 2088, going once, twice. Council comments regarding 2088? Seeing none. Ms. Suter, can you call the roll?
Councilman Benjavanga.
Recuse.
Councilman Dean.
Yes.
Councilwoman Fostini.
Yes.
Councilman Nash.
Yes.
Councilman Wolak.
Yes.
Council President White.
yes.
Okay, thank you. Also for final adoption, ordinance 2089.
An ordinance of the Borough of South Plainfield, County of Middlesex, and State of New Jersey, amending and supplementing Chapter 373 entitled Smoking of the Code of the Borough of South Plainfield.
And that one was read. Can I get a motion for final adoption on ordinance 2089?
So moved.
Motion.
Second.
A motion by Councilman Benjavanga, seconded by Councilman Dean. As this is also for final adoption, open up for public comments regarding ordinance 2089. Seeing none, close the public portion of council comments regarding the adoption of ordinance 2089.
Yes, Mayor, just to let everybody know, back in 2006, then Councilman Nash did provide a no smoking in parks within a certain distance of the playground equipment. After the Green Team and Sustainable New Jersey over the past few years has asked that we, along with the county, have no smoking in their parks. So this will prohibit smoking in the parks as well as in all municipal buildings, 35 feet from any front entrance of a building, and 25 feet from any other entrance that is accessible to the public. All recreation facilities and parks. That's just one of the know what that was.
Excellent.
And passes, thank you.
Thank you. Any other council comments? Okay, Ms. Suter, can you call the roll?
Yeah, I just want to add also, this would help with Sustainable New Jersey, increasing our ability to get grants through that particular organization in the state of New Jersey. So it has a value to the residents beyond the health value as well.
Thank you, Councilor.
This is something that can be summons issued by the police department?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Good.
Anything else? Okay, Ms. Suter, can you call the roll?
Councilman Benjavanga.
Yes.
Councilman Dean.
Yes.
Councilwoman Fostini.
Yes.
Councilman Nash.
Yes.
Councilman Wolak.
Yes.
Council President White.
Yes.
6-0.
Thank you. With these COA resolutions 17-327 to 31, is there anything special with adopting those? Or
Adopt them together.
we can adopt them together. Okay. So I'm going to ask for a motion together, unless anyone opposes. Okay, and just for everybody, so we're here, COA resolutions 17-327 endorsing the Borough of South Plainfield, County of Middlesex, State of New Jersey Housing Element and Fair Share Plan, 328 endorsing and adopting the Borough of South Plainfield, County of Middlesex, State of New Jersey 2017 spending plan, adopting the affirmative marketing plan for the Borough of South Plainfield, 329 and 330 is the funding costs associated with the implementation of the 2017 Housing Element and Fair Share Plan. 331, authorizing a contract with the firm of Piazza and Associates to act as the borough's affordable housing administrative agent. Can I get a motion for Resolution 17-327 to 331?
So moved.
Second?
Motion by Council President White, seconded by Councilwoman Faustini. Can you call the roll, please, Ms. Suter?
Councilman Benjavanga? Councilman Dean?
Yes.
Councilwoman Faustini?
Yes.
Councilman Besh?
Yes.
Councilman Wallach?
Yes.
Council President White?
Yes.
501.
Thank you. And we have several items of co-correspondence that shall be permitted, the Affordable Housing Trust Spending Plan and the Planning Board resolutions, a resolution adopting the Master Plan Housing Element and Fair Share Plan, Consistency Review of Ordinance 2085, Consistency Review of Ordinance 2086, Consistency Review of Ordinance 2087, and the Consistency Review of 2088. Can I get a motion to adopt that correspondence?
Motion. Second.
Motion by Councilman Wallach, seconded by Councilman Vess. Carmella, can you call the roll, please?
Councilman Benjavanga? Councilman Dean?
Yes.
Councilwoman Faustini?
Yes.
Councilman Besh?
Yes.
Councilman Wallach?
Yes.
Council President White?
Yes.
501.
Thank you. For introduction, ordinance 2090.
An ordinance approving a master license agreement, MLA, with Verizon Wireless Incorporated for the installation of small cell equipment in public rights of way.
Thank you. Can I get a motion for introduction on ordinance 2090?
So
Second.
Motion by Council President White, seconded by Councilman Wallach. Ms. Suter, can you call the roll?
Councilman Benjavanga?
Yes.
Councilman Dean?
Yes.
Councilwoman Faustini?
Yes.
Councilman Best?
Yes.
Councilman Wallach?
Yes.
Council President White?
yes.
6-0.
Thank you. And also for introduction, ordinance 2091.
A sewer capital ordinance authorizing the acquisition of a pumping station alarm system and 4 pumping stations and the purchase and installation of a grinder at the Hadley Road pumping station for the sewer utility in the borough of South Plainfield, County of Middlesex, State of New Jersey.
Thank you. Can I get a motion for introduction on ordinance 2091?
So motion.
Motion by Councilman Benjavanga, seconded by Councilman Dean. Ms. Suter, can you call the roll?
Councilman Benjavanga?
Yes.
Councilman Dean?
Yes.
Councilwoman Faustini?
Yes.
Councilman Best?
Yes.
Councilman Wallach?
Yes.
Council President White?
Yes.
6-0.
Council members, are we okay to adopt in bulk 17-332 to 345?
Yes.
Okay, can I get a motion for resolution 17-332 to 17-345?
Motion?
Second.
Motion by Councilman Faustini, seconded by Councilman Wallach. Ms. Suter, can you call the roll?
Councilman Benjavanga?
Yes.
Councilman Dean?
Yes.
Councilwoman Faustini?
Yes.
Councilman Best?
Yes.
Councilman Wallach?
Yes.
Council President White?
Yes.
We have one additional item of correspondence, recycling monthly report for July 2017. Can I get a motion, please?
So moved.
Motion by Council President White, seconded by Councilman Benjavanga. Councilman Dean, rather. All in favor? Anyone opposed? It's adopted. Can I get a motion for payment of the bills of $1,724,867.25?
So moved.
Second.
That was motion by Councilman Benjavanga, seconded by Councilman Wallach. All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Mr. Rizzo, anything for us today?
I'll just mention that with the passage of the ordinances and resolutions regarding affordable housing, we have our compliance hearing, I believe, on this Friday, which I believe will go on without a hitch. And I think then that'll be the last we're talking about it for a while.
Amen.
So,
Excellent.
with that progress.
Mr. Clark.
Yes, Mayor. One thing I just wanted to point out in ordinance number 2091, that was passed in introduction today, that's a capital ordinance, and that's coming out of cash reserves within the capital fund. It's interesting. Similarly, I think I reported at the last meeting that we anticipate another increase to the borough's rebate base, and we are fairly certain that that will occur in January. And we're also very optimistic that we're going to see an increase again with our surplus. You know, the only issue that we really have with our surplus is, you know, our tax bills went out later this year than normal because of the change in the state funding. But even with that, our miscellaneous revenues, we believe are, you know, as to date right now, are running favorable enough that we believe both the variable base and the surplus are going to increase this year. Middlesex Water, they are finishing up. Weather permitting, they should be finishing Sampton this week. Permitting is the is the operative word there with the weather, because we're calling for a few days of rain. But they are finalizing their work. If anybody that's been on Sampton Avenue, you'll see that they kind of started all the way near the Clinton Avenue extension, and right now they're doing work near Wells Drive. And this is just the residential hookups. They're almost done. They've started the work on Jones Street. If you got my Nixon alert this morning, they were doing work over there by Michael Street, and they're going to be doing a number of the side streets along Joe. And I just want to mention Amy is still out. We don't really have a target date, but I wish her a speedy recovery. And I just want to thank Ms. Suter here. Anybody that looks at this agenda realizes that this is not a small agenda. We didn't keep a light agenda for the deputy clerk, and I just want to thank the deputy clerk for all of her work.
And Mr. Phillips, what you're saying is the paving will essentially get rid of all of those trenches that you're seeing there.
Yes.
Largely done by the ordinance that the governing body passed.
Yes, there's going to be a timing issue though on some of these streets on when that work is going to be done.
Yeah.
So they're saying that they want they're hoping to get a 60-day wait. Mr. Miller and myself still have to sit down with them in regards to the work that was done on Lane and Ritter and those streets there. They did not have to contribute towards being that they were going to be part of the DOT grant, so that's giving us more flexibility on the work that they're going to do. Yeah, Sampton Avenue's a mess. I mean, that's going to need to be totally redone. Anybody that's been on the road has been pulverized. And I haven't met with them since the last time I met, which was early in August. At that meeting, I had discussed with them the scope of the work that they did. Obviously, left the road in such disrepair that was going to, most likely need to be done in full. But they understood that, at least at the meeting. We just haven't finalized. It's hard to, it's hard to understand what roads they're finishing when. I mean.
But you're saying every side street off Sampton will be repaved?
No.
No, okay, so make sure I'm clear.
No, just the roads. Just the roads that they've done.
That had a trench, that's what I mean.
Correct. Just the roads that they've trenched.
I got you.
And for instance, we've had discussions, and I think Mr. Councilman Dean brought it up, like Orchard. Anybody that's familiar with Orchard, where Ledden and Ranger come out, there's issues right now with sump pumps and drainage, and there's no storm sewers at those corners. So I think we're looking at trying to see if we can put, originally we thought we could just get quotes, but I don't mean to speak for Mr. Miller, but I think we're going to need some surveying work to be done at those intersections, so we're probably going to bid that out. That's probably a road that we're going to be ripping up ourselves, so that may give us some flexibility in saying, this is maybe another road similar to Lane that they didn't have to do more than just the little trench that they had to do, and they give us some more flexibility to make sure that they do some other road in fall. But along Sampton, the only roads, they really didn't do a lot of roads along Sampton. They did Orchard, they did a little bit of Ledden, and they did, I think, Oakmore, Norway, that one whole side there, and they stopped at Martin. I'm sorry? Loden.
Yeah.
Loden, I think a little bit of Ralph, but they didn't do really on the north side of Sampton. The only road they really did was Orchard. Yeah, they didn't do any of the other roads. So they're not going to do any of those roads. And like I said, in the case of Orchard, we're probably going to need to do some pretty significant storm sewer work in that area.
Yeah, I think it's important that they don't go and resurface that until we do so. So that's
correct.
That's the.
And with that,
Thank you, sir. Mr. Miller?
Yes, Mr. Mayor, on the road projects that we do have going, the contractor's about finished up on Lane Avenue. There is some minor work he has to do to close that out. And he's scheduled to start the work on Belmont this week, which is the second project. We awarded the resurfacing project. And we'll be starting out there with the drainage first and then moving along with the rest of the project, hopefully right after that, with that progress.
Thank you. Andrew, anything for us? Thank you, sir. Fast one. Mr. Councilman Dean.
Yes, Mayor. So we spoke to Alice Temple today. One of her clean community business associates, Bill Elliott, is actually moving, or has moved out of town and is no longer going to be doing his job. So spoke to Glenn and myself, and she's going to be posting a job position opening up for this Clean Communities aid, which will basically entails the removal of the illegal signs in the right-of-ways, cleaning the tops of storm drains, and picking up trash along the roadside. So she'll be putting that in the Observer, I guess, for next week, Glenn, or is?
yeah, once she gives me, she didn't email me.
Okay. Yeah, because I asked her what the hours were, what the rate of pay, and she didn't get back to me on that either. With that, then Labor Day was great. I think Debbie Boyle and the Clean Community,
Communities. We did that too.
Celebrations Committee
We did that.
did an excellent job. So I commend you for all your hard work on that and setting that up. Fireworks were excellent.
Thank you.
So thank you for that.
Thank you.
What else? Was there anything else? No, that's it.
Thank you, Councilman. Councilwoman Faustini.
Yes, Mayor. I wanted to report on progress of, I understand there was a question regarding the progress of the dog park. And so I thought I'd report on a few other recreation progress projects that we have going right now. Right now we have the Memorial Field lighting. 3 of the 4 light poles have already had footings poured, and the completion of that should be done in the next few weeks. The wrestling floor underlayment has been installed. Wrestling mats are installed, and the rotation of the mats is near completion. Cheer mats should now be expected to be delivered next week. Willow Park has, been up and running. We are still waiting for the adaptive swing. And as far as the Southside Dog Park goes, the water line is in. The grading has been completed. The fencing has begun installation. That should be finished this week. The donated flagpole has been ordered. The stone is to be delivered next week, and some paving the following week. At this time, I did want to thank Councilman Dean. He is donating use of equipment from his company, ATEC, to do hydro seeding for the dog park. And also want to thank Councilman Benjavanga, who is going to partner along with this and work with Councilman Dean to donate the seed. So this is, really great, wonderful that we're working together. Also want to thank the Elks again for the donated flagpole. And the Buddha's Light International Association is donating benches, which we will order as soon as we are ready to do that. So I want to thank them for their donations for the dog park as well. Everything seems to be moving, and we should have a targeted opening date of October 21st. So any questions or anything? So Joe can get his dog now. It's time.
Joe can get his dog.
And I did want to thank everyone for all their hard work for Labor Day. I was liaison to the Public Celebrations Committee. There is so much this is my first experience with the committee, and there's so much that goes on before the parade and in between the parade and the fireworks and all of the everything that has to go on in order to make that day happen. The police, the fire department, our DPW department, all our first responders. So many personnel come in from many other towns to help make this event in South Plainfield fantastic. So I have to thank the Public Celebrations Committee, all the wonderful ladies who worked so hard there, and the many, many hours that were put in that day. And I hope, I'm afraid I don't want to leave anyone out, so I hope I thanked everyone for that day. It was fabulous and lots of hard work. And I think with that, progress.
Thank you. Councilman Benjamin?
Thank you, Mayor. Yeah, yesterday was a great day. I mean, after having such a crummy weekend, it's amazing how the weather around Labor Day seems to always brighten up for the parade. And it wasn't really humid out at all or anything, so it was a great time. And the fireworks were really great last night. A lot of compliments on that and everything. So I did want to mention one thing. It's a little off topic, but I seem to get these phone calls a lot over the years. So I just want to clarify something because I know Roberto Cassier back here today. I got a phone call for a poll, for a political poll, saying that a councilman's company is where we purchase the garbage trucks. So I have a resolution here that says, award the contract to purchase 2 garbage trucks to Atlantic Sales and Salvation of Delran, New Jersey. No one on this council, no one ever on this council has ever worked or been associated with Atlantic Sales and Salvage. I work for Republic Services of New Jersey. They do not sell garbage trucks to any municipality or anybody in the public. Our trucks goes overseas. We have no connection or any business dealings with this company. So please, get your facts straight. Progress.
Thank you. Councilman Bell?
Yes, Mayor. Just to echo the other council members on the board here, that the Labor Day parade, I think, was a great success. And I can't mention everybody that's been in and all the things. I'll forget who's done it. I would like to thank the DPW, who has, it's been brought to my attention, which I did also see, was that the road was swept immediately after the parade. It's very good. It makes the people disperse, get the roads back open, and it cleans the streets, it makes everything look good, and for all the hard work everybody else did, I had the easy part. All I had to do was walk in.
Yeah.
So it was a little tough this year, but I managed through it. On one other note, I did speak briefly with Council President White. There's a Tom Stillman who is requesting a name change for South Clinton Avenue. That is a county road. He's got 2 options, or it's for the Historical Society for Drake, the Drake House. They would like to rename it Drake's Crossing. I'm researching it now. I do have some information for him. It was also given to him already, I believe, by one of the freeholders. He has 2 options. He can rededicate it without renaming it, like you've seen in the name of the streets with the name underneath it, or he can ask if the borough has any objection to renaming it. And if they don't have an objection to make a resolution, it goes to the county would give a consenting resolution, and the name would get changed. And so as soon as he's bringing it back to his society, and as soon as I hear from him which way he wants to go, I'm sure you guys will get the request to change the extension.
Yeah, just the extension.
It's just the extension. There's no businesses, there's no residents.
That's an easy one.
So it's kind of cut and dry.
So, I'm sorry.
That's okay. Go
I
ahead.
was just going to say, I think that would go to the planning board if they do the street name, and at that point, probably bounce back to the county.
Right, yeah, I mean, it would come to the planning board, I guess, and then it would come to us to do the resolution. And then it would be a consenting resolution from the county as long as there was no objection from the borough. So, once he lets me know which way he wants to go, we'll be in touch. And with that, progress.
Thank you. Councilman Bullock?
Not to be repetitive, but Labor Day parade was fantastic, and the fireworks were great. Thanks everybody for a wonderful job. I'm not going to try to name everybody, but it really was a great time. I had a great time. Every year it gets better and better. And the other thing is I'd like to thank congratulate again the non-youth baseball team to be state champions. I know my son was there, and it's a lot of work not only for the kids, but a lot of work with the parents. They get to be great friends, they get to have a good time, but it's a fantastic thing to get the state champs, so I just want to congratulate that and them again, and with that progress.
Thank you. Council President White?
Yes, thank you, Mayor. Just quickly, I don't want anyone to be alarmed when they go over to the Dunkin' Donuts on Maple Avenue. They are not leaving town. Do not call my cell phone, please, and ask me why they left town. They are renovating their Dunkin' Donuts, and it's a new platform Dunkin' Donuts is implementing. It's called the Cappuccino platform, I think is what the owner told me. And they're going to have USB ports, cafe seating, things like that. So they're going to jazz it up. They hope to have it completed by this weekend if everything goes well. But, so stay tuned for the new look, the Maple Avenue Dunkin' Donuts. But again, they are not leaving town. It is for renovations. The signs are true. Do not call my cell phone asking me where they're moving to, please. Then I'd like to also mention about progress on the seamless documents, seamless forms that we passed to approve a few months ago. And I thank the council for doing that. It's our online form, so all of our forms we're going to be now uploading online in a PDF form, a fillable PDF format. It's going to allow residents, builders, whomever, to go in and fill out these forms in a fillable format. It's going to put restrictions so that they know which information is needed and which information needs to be completed before moving to the next page. John Eversay's already been putting some of these up, the ones that he can work with. He needs some input from department heads and things of that nature to make sure the verbiage transfers over. But so far, people are there and they're looking at them. Can be found on the borough webpage under quick links. And so some of them are uploaded. Eventually we're going to have everything done. It's going to take some time to make sure that we have the accuracy that we need for those forms, especially since some of them are state driven. But I wanted to just let you know the progress, and we're moving forward into a modern society, so I'm very pleased with that. And last, I'd like to just again say I'm very grateful that the DMV is going to be back in South Plainfield, and a lot of hard work went into that. You know, multiple people dealing with that, and the state level and local level, and we're just happy that they're going to be back and look forward to them coming back in February. So with that, progress, Mayor.
Thank you. Just to give everybody a reminder, the Mayor's Wellness Committee will be meeting this week. We've got a couple of items that we will be planning, as usual, the fall health fair, so that date will be distributed as soon as possible. It's generally has been falling with the same day as the fire department open house. So we'll make a community event out of the area over by Plainfield and Maple. In addition to that, we will be planning the additional seminar. I think it was a year or so ago that we did a seminar over in the library highlighting the heroin epidemic, and we had a variety of speakers. We'll be looking to do something along the same lines as that format. In addition, we are finalizing a community health survey that will be going out. And this is all to make sure that South Plainfield can get one of the few healthy town designations that go out throughout the state of New Jersey. This will be completely anonymous, but you'll have the ability to fill out the survey, really kind of indicate to the Mayor's Wellness Committee what's important to you as far as health topics and items. And that'll help us to better tailor programs for the community at large. And last but certainly not least, I'd like to wish all of the administrators, students, and especially the parents a successful school year. As I know, tomorrow, for any of you who have kids, no matter what age, from preschool all the way up to seniors in high school, tomorrow is going to be hectic. These kids haven't been getting up, but hopefully they'll get up, they'll get to school, everything will go off without a hitch. Wishing everybody a successful school year. And with that progress, we'll open up for anything that is on your mind tonight. Yes, Suzanne.
I am. I'm going to talk about the 19th.
Oh, thank you.
Suzanne Lee, 4 Bullard Place. I'm here on behalf of the South Plainfield Cultural Arts Commission. We have an art and photography showcase taking place on September 23rd from 5 to 7 p.m. All residents above the age of 16 are invited to participate. If you have any photographs or artwork that you've done that you would like to have exhibited, you can contact us through our Facebook page or by email at our email address spcac.nj@gmail.com. We're looking forward to displaying amateur artwork of all different media and photographs of landscapes, people, could be any kind of topics that you may have, a great picture that you took of a sunset.
Are these then for sale?
I'm sorry?
Are these then for sale?
No, nothing's for sale.
So I'll
It's
get
only
to hold
for-
on to my elephant painting from, I'll hold on to it for a couple more years.
But you can display it.
I can display it.
We had an idea, everyone who made an elephant painting, we could all submit them and we could call it The Herd. And I think it was Mindy's idea and I thought that was great. So we'll all bring our elephant
I like
pictures
it.
perhaps.
I will loan my painting to the...
For the sake of art.
Yes, exactly. You don't have to return it.
Yes, so we have that coming up. And we all, in the beginning of October, we also have scheduled a Hispanic Heritage Festival at the Senior Center, and more details will follow for that.
Excellent, thank you. Anyone else? Ms. Boyd? Yes, it certainly is.
Thank you to everybody
It's on.
for participating in the, it's
Oh.
not on, right?
So
Okay, it's all right, doesn't.
It's all right.
Oh, no, it is. Okay, thank you. Thank you to everybody for participating in the parade yesterday, for coming out, for being big supporters. It was a beautiful day. We had, I believe, 12 new additions to the parade yesterday. I think that everything went very well. My whole team and everybody, we put a lot of work into that. We start in January, working on the theme and making the plans and doing the flyers that go out into school. So it was very good. All the way up to the fireworks last night, that was amazing. And the grand finale was excellent.
And so as you know, in case anybody did miss it, there's 2 opportunities to watch it. We get DVDs from Comcast.
Yes.
And it'll also be on the local access channel. But thanks to Ann, who was out there on Plainfield Ave, it was on Facebook Live. So you can still go to the Facebook page and pull that up. And
They got a lot of action.
they got a lot, yeah, they
People
did.
from Arizona,
Yeah,
Florida.
it's pretty interesting if you just look at the comments of everybody who just happened to catch that and reminiscing about their old hometown, and you just see some of they comment on some of what they were seeing, and just from all over, and then also the fireworks were on Facebook Live as well. So I think that's Ann's idea. I think it turned out great. It's something that we'll continue to do.
Okay, and Stephanie Bartholomew videotaped the entire presentation of the fireworks also.
Oh, nice.
She does it every year. We time it, and it went really well. And I want to thank the police department, Chief Parker, for all the meetings that we had with the county, with the teams from South Plainfield. Everything went very smooth. Also, the road department, the DPW, amazing Lenny, you were there all the way. From going through banners in garbage bags, finding them, going back and looking for them again. They did, and then working with us on Friday and laying out the vendor sites and all the work they did yesterday. They trimmed the trees on Friday at the middle school, so we didn't have any dead branches hanging. One little mishap.
And DPW was so efficient, as the last resident got off his chair as the band finished playing, DPW swept in and took that chair, and it was the only one. So I don't know how you get more efficient on that. So nice job.
And they did a great job. And again, the police department last night, everybody being out there, ensuring our safety in the park. And again, Middlesex County Park cooperating.
You know what's special too is, and Glenn, this goes for your guys and everybody that may. I don't think it's just because of us. These people everybody starts out very early in the morning. I know I saw the chief early in the morning, and I saw officers late at night as we fed some of the volunteers over at the rescue squad building at 10:30 at night. All the borough workers, all the volunteers, still happy from getting up at 5 in the morning to being out there for the last firework and the last chair or piece of garbage was picked up throughout the night. So that's pretty impressive. I just want to thank everybody for that.
No, it was really good. And Christine, you were a help with us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Also, the Business Association is hosting a book signing at the Highland Woods. That'll be for the new book that Dorothy Mealy and Mr. Veit wrote together on South Plainfield. So, time?
I think it's 6 o'clock.
It's 6 o'clock over at Highland Woods. So please come out. We're going to have refreshments on the 19th. Yeah.
43 books.
And we have 43 books that we'll be giving away. There's no charge for them. We're doing that with the funds that we got from National Night Out. From Christmas in July. Also, National Walk and Bike to School Day is the first Wednesday of October, and I believe it's October 4th. We always go out and take pictures and make a big thing out of that. We get the tallies of each school that students and parents walked that day. That's for Mayor's Wellness. Also, the donations for the PBA, the Fire and the Rescue Squad is something that Stephanie Barfalvi and I started last year at National Night Out. It's honoring the first responders, and so residents make donations into the jar, and we did it last year, we did it again this year. So, Mary Nash, thank you for being with us when we finalize that. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Berta.
I just was wondering, I didn't understand what I was mentioned, and that's why I'm up here.
Oh, okay.
Why you mentioned me?
Oh, okay, so I got a poll, okay, and the poll was from your party. Your party was saying, would you be inclined to vote for somebody if you knew that a council member's employer was where they bought the garbage trucks from?
Okay.
Okay, but that's not true. And I read the resolution to Atlantic Truck and Salvage out of Delran, New Jersey.
Now, in all fairness, you may not even know that
I don't know if you know that poll.
Well, that's why I'm here.
Yeah.
Because most of you know me, and I am a guy of integrity. I just want to make
And I'm saying words to the what? Be careful what people are putting out.
Yeah, I agree with you. What I'm saying is most of you know me. I'm a guy of integrity, honesty, and a serious guy. I know most of you here. Anything I have, the team that works with me at least, whenever anything is brought to my attention, I ask for the facts. I don't believe in destroying people's reputations for politics. After all, we are neighbors, we have to live together. After all of you leave there, you're just a person just like me. So if you don't hear it from me, if I find something that's wrong, that I believe is wrong, I will bring it to any one of your attention personally. I'm old enough, and we have the respect between us enough to say, I believe this is wrong, and if necessary, bring it to the public. So if you hear something out there that I'm not aware of, I want to let you know.
Oh, absolutely.
I wasn't aware of it.
So I'm making.
But when you mention me,
But I'm making you aware.
Try to make me aware of it. But try to make sure if you mention me, it's coming from me. If you have a question, any one of you have a question, I'll be honest with you. I don't play that game.
I understand that, but you're on a ballot and you're running, and the poll was for your party. So I'm just putting the facts out there that the question that you're asking isn't a true question. Just like you said that
my party is asking, not that I'm asking.
Well, then you should talk to your party chairman right back there.
Well, I'll talk to the party
chairman. He should communicate with you so that you can have a proper campaign.
Well, I'll talk to the party chairman.
Are you going to debate this year?
No.
I'd love to be there.
Yeah.
Okay,
Debate. Why not?
That's good.
Let's leave the debate for a little bit later.
Just so you know, from my perspective, I'm a straight arrow guy. It's not personal, but I was mentioned, and I want to make clear that I am a straight arrow guy, and I'm not afraid to talk to any of you.
Based on experience of the past 10 years, I can tell you there's going to be stuff that goes out in October, November that you're never going to know about.
Well,
that's just a fact of life.
It's just part of it, but you know where I'm coming from.
I know.
I'm a straight arrow guy. All right, thanks.
But thank you. Well, it is after Labor Day, guys. Anyone else? Yes,
Real
Chief
quick,
Parker.
on a different note, I'd like to publicly, on behalf of myself and my family, I'd like to thank everybody for their kind support that they've given us for the passing of my mom 2 weeks ago. So I really would like to say thank you, really, to everybody in the room, because everybody here has really given myself and my family that support. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Chief. Definitely sad. Anything else? All right. We are going into executive session. You are more than welcome to stay, debate amongst yourselves, enjoy the amenities. We'll be back as soon as tonight's executive session did not yield any additional items for tonight's agenda. At this point, I'll ask for a motion to adjourn tonight's meeting.
So moved.
We are adjourned. Thank you.